Now, in section 3, we have the equal length of the passage. Okay, we have the equal length, and we have the passage, which is mostly about any of the normal topics from our day-to-day life. Okay, or usually in the academic IELTS academic, they would mostly choose something from our academic pursuit also. Okay, but no matter what is the subject of the passage, we don't have to worry, as they don't test our subject knowledge here. Okay, they don't test our subject knowledge here, so they only test our English comprehension. That's all. Okay, well, so any questions about what we have discussed? No? Right. Okay. Now in section 3, we have these questions. That is, let me just show you here. See the length. That is MCQ single. Okay. And also we have fill in the blanks. Okay. And we also have match the information type of questions. Okay, so we have 3 different types of questions here, like that. Okay, that is match the information type and fill in the blanks and the MCQs, multiple choice questions. So here the level of difficulty would be highest, or when we compare it to section 1 and 2, it would be higher actually. All right, okay, and now the first thing that we need to do is to go through the type of questions. That is the passage. As you see, the passage is almost about 2 pages, 2 full pages. The future of work. Okay, the future of work. So they are trying to say something about the future of work that is related to occupation. So we do not know what the passage is all about. Okay, but what is our main idea here is to how to solve these questions. That's all. That is our main aim, in fact. Okay, right. So as we see, the first paragraph tells us about. Okay, says the first paragraph tells us about. So when we say the first paragraph tells us about, so this is the open-ended question. So we need to understand that it's a open-ended question, and this open-ended question has to be answered by choosing the correct option from the given things. Okay, how do we do it? So since this is the open-ended question, the first thing that we have to do is to go through the passage and see what is this passage, what is this paragraph is talking about. So once we know that what the paragraph is trying to talk about, then we have to go for it. Right. So first paragraph tells us about. Okay. So because without knowing what the passage is trying to say, okay, so we do not know, or we can't say what is it going to say, like that, or what is it about. So for that reason, first let's go through the paragraph. Okay, so in the paragraph, here we say, according to leading consultancy. So they are talking about some consultancy here. Okay, so they say 3 to 14%. There is some data. So you just need to observe that ideally what they are trying to say. So 3 to 14%, different occupation. They're talking about switching different occupations, 10 to 15 years. Okay. And adopt occupations alongside capable machines. Automation is disruptive effects of technology on the labor market. Okay, is running in the smartphones is another. So they are slowly introducing you to the concept called automation. So they are actually defining what is the meaning of automation here. That's all they are doing, like that. Okay. So initially they say that how the workforce is. Okay. And then they say what is automation and what is disembodied AI. Just observe that. That would be more than enough. Now, when you come down to the paragraph here. Okay. So we can say 27. The kinds of jobs that will be most affected by the growth of AI. So they haven't discussed the growth yet. Okay, or they are not, they haven't discussed anything about effect. Okay, any kind of effect that it is going to bring in, like that. They're actually not discussing about this. Okay, so what are they actually discussing here? So let's see in part B if they are discussing about it. So to the extent which AI alter the nature of work. Alter the nature of work. Yeah, because this they talk about. Because here you see, and all the workers need to adopt as their occupations evolve increasingly capable machines. They will need to adopt as their occupations evolve. Adopt means what? Adapt means to adjust, like that. So means they have to see and adjust themselves according to the nature that is going to change drastically. And option C, proportion of the labor force jobs in the AI in the future. They don't talk about jobs in AI and the proportion of the labor force. Proportion means the percentage mainly. Okay. So when we talk about percentage here in the passage, they just say that global workforce switch to different occupation within next 10 to 25 years. That is different occupation, not especially in the AI. They are not saying that. Okay. So these aspects help us eliminate option C and A, like that. And option D, the difference between ways that embodied and disembodied will impact on workers. Okay, so the difference between AI and disembodied AI, embodied and disembodied. Okay, so the difference between ways, so that difference they are not discussing. So because here they are only introducing you to that automation or embodied AI, disruptive effects on technology, and disembodied AI is another. That's all. So there is no difference that is discussed here. Okay, right. So this is how it's very, very important here. I did. Okay. Well, now that's why we can say that for 27, like B would be the most suitable, like that. Okay. So here we have to practice the method of elimination, like that. So first try the 50-50 thing. So 50-50 in the sense, first eliminate the two weakest options, which are easy to eliminate or which are easy to identify that they are not the answers. Okay, that they are not the answers. That is 50-50 thing. like that. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I hope there are no questions here. So just let me know if there are any questions. Well, so most importantly, we need to understand what the question is trying to say, and accordingly, we need to go for each option one by one. And in each of the wrong answers, there will be one word that would help you to eliminate that option. Okay, right. So in 28, like you see, according to the second paragraph, so they would mostly tell you that, like in the second paragraph. What is Stella Pacidi's view of the knowledge economy? Okay, so what is most important for us to understand here is that what is the view of the writer? I mean, this person called Stella Pacidi, like that. So, what is the view? Whether she is criticizing it, whether she is supporting it. Okay, what is it? So, the first thing that we are going to do here is to scan for Stella Pacidi, that is one. Second thing, knowledge economy. We're going to scan for these two things in the second paragraph. Okay. And in that particular sentence where you get this word, okay, it's automatically
Second paragraph.
gives you the answer. Okay. So where is Stella Pacidi?
Second paragraph. First sentence.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And knowledge economy. What is the view? So that we need to see. First scan for those words. The question says, what is the Stella Pacidi's view of the knowledge economy? So what she says here, let's say, and how do we know that what is she saying? Look at this word, believes. Okay, Stella Pacidi believes that some of the most fundamental changes. You see, this is a complicated one to understand. Some of the most, like some of the most fundamental changes means the basic changes are happening because of algorithmication, dependent on data rather than production. Okay, so she believes that fundamental changes are happening as a result of algorithmication. Okay, that is called knowledge economy. Like that. Okay, this is what she thinks about it. Now, fundamental changes because of algorithmication. Okay. Now, what do we think we can do here? So that is go with each option one by one. So having influence. Is knowledge economy having influence on the jobs? That they are not saying. I mean, she is not saying that. She's only saying that it believes that fundamental changes are as a result of algorithmication of jobs. Okay. And second thing is changing the attitudes. Changing the attitudes towards their occupation. So attitude changing is not discussed. She only says that it influences the algorithmication of jobs, which are data driven, not production driven, like that. Okay. And main reason why the production sector is declining. No, this definitely is not discussing. Okay, this definitely she is not discussing. and key factor driving
Current developments.
the workplace. Yeah, of course, yes, it's a key factor driving current developments in the workplace. It's a key factor. So, what represents the key factor here?
Algorithmication is
Algorithmication of jobs. Okay, and fundamental changes.
yeah,
Okay, fundamental changes. The key factor.
yeah, the driving that current developments.
Current development that are dependent on data driven rather than production. That's knowledge economy. So fundamental changes, the key factors. That matches here. In option C, something is declining that they don't discuss. Option
Yeah.
B, attitude they don't discuss. Option A, influence on the
There is no
numbers.
influence in
The word number is not discussed. So you see that in each wrong option, there will be one word which is not discussed in the passage. Okay, there will be one word which is not discussed in the passage, like that. That's something important here, I think. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, now let's see. Okay, so I hope 28 is clear. So D we can comfortably select for 28. Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
Any questions so far? Let me know.
No, sir.
No. Okay. Wonderful. Now 29. So 29. Here we see that what did Pechidi observe at the telecommunications company? Okay, what did? So again, you see what is the keyword for us? Observe is the keyword for us.
Telecommunications.
Okay, and in some company like that, telecommunication company. But the keyword for us here is what observed, because Pechidi you don't have to remember, because that she is the only person who is discussed in the paragraph. So what is it? Staff disagreeing with the recommendation, feeling resentful, okay, and making sure that it produces the results that they want, allowing AI
Tasks.
tasks, okay, they ought to do themselves. They ought to do themselves, like that. Okay, so allowing AI to carry out tasks they ought to do themselves. Ought to means, as you know, it is should. It is should.
Yes.
Like that. Okay, allowing AI tasks ought to do themselves. Should. Okay, fine. So both are same. Ought to and should, both are same. Right. So disagreeing recommendations. Okay, what did he observe in the company? Like that. So disagreeing, recommendations, feeling resentful, making sure that they produce this thing, and allowing tasks to do themselves. That's how it is. Okay. So we need to observe the fact here that whether it is positive or negative. So like you see, option C is actually positive, that it produces results they want. That is one. Okay, feeling resentful is negative. Okay, disagreeing is negative. And option D is positive. So you see, we need to observe the difference. Okay, we need to observe the difference between the positive language and the negative language. Like, okay, let's see in the paragraph. So, and you see that here they haven't given anything like first paragraph or second paragraph. Okay, so in that case, like we have to understand that of course the answer is going to be in the next paragraph itself, like that, or wherever he mentions about that particular company that he mentioned. So scan for telecommunications company in the past. It could be
Paragraph.
one or two paragraphs.
Yeah, unblush.
Yes, which is
Second.
quite common, like that, but it's all in the order. Okay, the paragraph wise, it's everything is in the order. Okay, but it could skip. So that's why scanning that word is important so that you can go through that. Okay, right. So telecommunications company for PhD monitored a telecommunications company, right? Monitored, yeah. So you see the way telecom salespeople work, personal contact clients, benefits, experience, assess situation, reach a decision. Okay, and they use this word however here. Okay, however. So, however means it's the opposite idea. So people used to do that. Salespeople work, personal, frequent contact. So manually they used to do. However, the company started using algorithm. Okay, when account managers should contact customers about kinds of campaigns and what to offer them. Okay, so what did he observe here? So that is something that we say. So with that, you see that the external designers becomes a keeper of knowledge. That's what she explained. She means the PhD person. Like that. So in the factory, it is actually the positive way. There is nothing negative here. If you look at the language part, I mean, what kind of language that the paragraph is used, it only talks about the positive aspect. PhD, he mentioned the company when the algorithm was used, like account managers should contact customers, campaigns to offer them. So everything is positive here. There is nothing negative as such, like that. So staff disagreeing with the recommendations, that didn't happen, because you see that last sentence says that algorithm that defined account managers to contact customers, get the campaign and what to offer them. So they get that information. It's a positive thing. So they did not disagree with that. They're not mentioning that either. Second, feeling resentful means they did not oppose it about the intrusion of AI in their work, means the interruption of the AI. They didn't feel resentful, means they didn't oppose the idea at all, because the language that is used here is not negative in any way. If the paragraph had used the words like confronted, opposed, okay, resentment, resentful, resistance. So if any of these words were there, it would have been about something negative, but there's nothing like that.
Yes.
So staff make sure that it produces the results that they want. What they want to offer the customers the right kind of offer and the campaigns. That's all. So they could use that in their favor. Like that. And option D, allowing AI to carry out tasks they ought to do themselves. No, they did not replace themselves with AI. Right? They ought to do themselves. No, they did not replace. They only took the help of this thing, AI, in their favor. That's all. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is exactly how it is. So that's why we can say that staff making sure that AI produces the results that they want.
Yes.
That's all. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so I hope third one is clear. Okay, so initially our focus should be more on getting the answers right with the help of correct scanning and skimming of the information either. Okay, and also how quick we can identify the synonyms of the words given in the passage. That's our target. Okay, the faster it happens, the better you will be able to save some time for yourself. Okay, now the last one. In his recently published research, so focus on the word recently published. Yvonne McGay. So McGay is a person here. Okay, and let's see what are the verbs that are used here. Challenges, shows, highlights, illustrates. Illustrates means what? Points
Show.
out. Again, points out. Okay, and highlights is again the same thing where he is focusing on that. Okay, shows and challenges. So challenges is the only word here we find which is almost like opposing something. Challenging means opposing, like that. Challenging what? The redundancy is a negative thing. Okay, redundancy is a negative thing. So he challenges the idea of redundancy is negative thing and shows the effect of mass unemployment on society. Okay, unemployment. Highlights the differences. Highlights differences.
Past and future. Job.
Past and future.
Job.
Losses. Okay, illustrates changes in the job can be handled. Can be handled. Like that. Recently published. Let's scan for McGay and recently published. Let's see. And that would help us, that would make things easy for us.
It's your sir. Recently published. His recently published research answers the questions.
So
Next paragraph, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
it is
His
mentioned.
recent.
The name of the person is mentioned here, Maggie. Okay.
Yes.
Once you scan for that, the next thing you're supposed to scan is the
Recently.
recently published research. That makes it easy for us, makes the things easier. Published research, automation, robotics, job loss, jobless future, by looking at the causes of unemployment. History is clear that change can mean redundancies. Social policies can tackle this through retraining and redeployment. So he says change can mean redundancies. Okay, but social policies can tackle this the redundancy through retraining and redeployment. Means what is he doing here? He is trying to give a solution. Okay, so which of the option do you think that it supports the line which he says? The last line. Social policies can tackle this through retraining and redeployment. It is not about challenges the idea that redundancy is a negative thing. He doesn't do that. Right? He says, yes, redundancy can happen. He says it is possible. Right? He says it can happen, it's possible. He says how it can be, so it's not. And shows the profound effect of mass unemployment on society. No, he doesn't talk about any effect on the society of the no. And highlights the difference between past and future. Definitely not. He doesn't mention that. He only says that with the retraining and redeployment, this problem can be tackled. The redundancy can be tackled. Can be tackled is a synonym of successfully handled. Okay, successfully handled. Yes, that's what we have to identify here. Like that. Okay. Okay. Right. Fine. So I hope it is clear. That's one type of question in section 3 that we have discussed. Okay, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So now I would want you to try another part 3 before we go ahead, because this, as you know, it's a difficult one. So section 3. Yes, exactly. So now this is what I was looking for. Now in test 2, okay, page number 49. Page number 49. I would want you to try question number 27 to 30. Same type what we have discussed. That is how to make wise decisions. Okay. Right. You all have the passages already. I mean, this book already with you. Please do this. Okay. 27 to 30. In about 5 to 7 minutes time. Okay. So Beulah, I have sent you the 16th edition once more.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please check. Yeah. Okay. So 27 to 30. Right. Okay. Page number 49. I hope all of you are listening to this. Okay. Anita, Meena, Shobana, is it clear? Yeah, please start. And if the class ends, please join back. Okay.
Okay.
Right. You can start now. Okay. Yeah, Rishabh, I have given this task of test 2, page number 49. Okay, please do that from the book which I have sent. Okay. Yeah. And if the class ends, please join back again immediately. Like that.